What's good, family? It's your man, R.I.P, back once again. So, as you've seen by the title, today is not a laughing matter. Me and, I don't know, Dean and Dillian from Adam, but I like to think we have some banter, or at least I have some banter. But this ain't one of them ones. This one's a truly peak one for the culture, a truly peak one for the community. In fact, you know what? It's hard to even call what we have as a community right now. Yeah, us man at the bottom end of things. Well, Dillian Whyte, he's kind of, to some extent, transcended being a bottom don. But for the most of us dusty dons at the bottom, it's a truly peak existence. Yeah, there's way too many NPC dons running around the place with nothing in here. There's airheads, and that's why really you gotta just leave them things where they stay. Yeah, these NPC cats, they're operating in the low levels of energy. They ain't got no consciousness. Do you understand? They're just running around like it's some GTA thing. That's what it is, bottom line. And it's your job to keep your people around you from not engaging in it at any level. Now, Perm, who's Dillian Whyte's nephew or Dean Whyte's son, was a drill rapper. Now, some people have come out and said, oh, drill ain't nothing. It's not to do with the music. And yeah, it's not. Obviously, it's not literally the music, but people get, again, when you're an NPC, yeah, when you're not conscious, when you're moving around in the lower vibrations, a lot of people, how many times have we heard people, well, think about children. Children, yeah, they watch WWE and they try and reenact it. Yeah? Now, you may be an adult. These NPC hood-ons may be adults, but they're running around. It ain't lining up for them, do you understand? I can never fathom it myself. Why am I going to shoot a don and then end up in... Number one, I don't want to take no one's life away. Number two, what reason have you got? You know what I'm saying? Fair enough, yeah. Oh, well, Perm, he killed... You know what I mean? I don't know. Listen, I don't know what Perm been doing. I don't know what Dillian Whyte's nephew's been doing. But I'm going to guess, assuming, I might be wrong, listen, Perm might be a demon in the streets. And if he's a demon in the streets, then obviously he got what he got, you know what I mean? He got what he was looking for in that sense. But from what I understand, I guess some people could say, well, you don't get shot for nothing. But we know that's not the case. We know people can get caught up in things they weren't involved in. This arguably one of the worst parts of this story is the fact that an innocent bystander, a Deliveroo driver, got caught up in the mix and got his shit pushed back the same way. Yeah. So it's a big mess the whole way around. Anyway, let's get to the information here. So Dillian Whyte posted, that's his nephew Perm. Rest in peace. He reposted Dean Whyte's thing. Rest in peace, my boy. Daddy loves you. Life has changed forever. Sickening. And that's why, again, I don't know what Dean or whoever else been doing, but you gotta keep your... Obviously, it's easy for me to say. I haven't got kids, and kids do what they gonna do. But you gotta... I don't know what to say. I ain't got the answers, but I'm saying you've got to... It's just messy. The streets are messy, man, bottom line. And from what I understand, Dean's son was caught in the car as well. So he wasn't even on the roadside in that sense. He weren't just hanging about on the roadside. This seems to be some sort of literally an assassination attempt. And the worst thing is, we hear a lot about light knife crime. The Don that came for Perm, he had the blicky, yeah? Perm got caught slipping with some next assassin with a blicky. So it's not even one of them ones. Oh, he on the roadside and it kicked off. No. This was a proper assassination job. He was in the car and it ended up creating a car collision as well. So it's really, I'm not sure, it's going to, obviously as time plays out, because normally, yeah, we know the youths, I believe Perm's 19 years old, we know the youths have a reputation these days for getting busy with a stick, yeah? When I say a stick, I mean the poker, yeah? There's certain men who like to poke, especially the youngers. There's enough youngers these times who love to poke. That, to some extent, is understandable because something kicks off, poke, yeah? But to have the strap, to be strapped up, that's a whole nother ball game from my point of view. This in America. America is standard issue. in that sense. But in the UK, to be shot in the UK, that's not no joke. That don't happen every day. So normally, the way of thinking about these events is, well, what did the guy do? Because again, it might be the case that you're in some beef and the guy was strapped up. Yeah? But still, normally, in the UK at least, if you get shot, that means we're talking high level crime here. This ain't no ruffian thing. It could be the case. It could be the case a ruffian has just found it, you know what I'm saying? But normally, in broad daylight as well, from what I understand. It's in the afternoon. So it's honestly madness. It's madness. Let's read the article out anyway. Brixton shooting. Boxer Dillian Whyte's nephew. Drill rap artist Perm. Shot dead. Yeah, waffling about Tyson Fury. Let's get to this part here. Go away, you bookie ads, man. How can you put... The nephew of heavyweight boxing champion Dillian Whyte was one of 2 people gunned to death in South London on Sunday night. It was Sunday night. The boxer who faced off against... We ain't trying to hear about Dillian, man. Get to the weird ass dudes. The rap star was one of 2 people caught slipping in Railton Road, Brixton, just before 8 p.m. on Sunday night. It is thought the other victim was delivering a takeaway and got caught in the crossfire. Mad. In the crossfire. Police said 2 cars were involved in a chase when one hit a moped and a number of parked cars. A man then got out of the crashed car and was chased and shot dead by a gunman from this... This sounds mad, honestly. This is mad, and that's what I've been saying for a long time, man. In my opinion, they need to bring back public hangings. Yeah, bottom line. I don't believe it's fair for the taxpayer to be shelling out 30 grand to have these bums in jail. Need to hang. You must swing. Simple as that. Listen, I'm not saying if I'm doing the same thing, and I'm consistent here. If someone in my family does some stupid NPC things, they must swing as well. I'm not someone... A lot of these goofy, especially in the hood, yeah, a lot of these goofy people have strong opinions. But then when it's their little Pookie, oh, not Pookie, my Pookie are good now. All of them must go. They must swing. Yeah? All this weird behaviour, we must nip it in the bud. Trust me. If you man elect the YB, I'll get this problem nipped. Super nipped. I believe that people should have licenses to have kids. Too many ruffians running around the place, bottom line. Yeah, too many bums. If you're a bum, you got no business having kids. Yeah? You got all the nitties and everything else breeding the place up. Listen, if you're a nitty, you got no business breeding. Focus on getting your bits. Yeah? Focus on getting your light and your dark, 100%. Don't be making no kids. But the problem is, you see, the system is, the reason a bunch of bums have kids is because they think, oh, how can I make money? And they realise if I have kids, they've got $1,000, $2,000 in money coming in from the government. That needs to be nipped in the bud. Yeah? No support. In fact, sterilised. If you're a bum, you're sterilised. Simple as that. No business breeding if you're a bum. Simple as that. If you ain't got a job, yeah, you understand? I mean, let's do some maths here. If you ain't got a job, how are you going to have... Someone explain... Someone explain to me, if you ain't got a job, how are you going to have kids? How are you going to support kids? You can't support yourself. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these NPCs ain't thinking. That's why you must think for them. That's what the government's for. The government is to think for people who can't think for themselves. Yeah? That's where this problem starts. Too many riffraff running around the place. And that derives from people who ain't got no business having kids. That's the first thing. Sterilise I mean, you have to have a licence, yeah, to drive a car. But you can breed 10 kids and just do willy-nilly. And have everyone else paying for them. That don't work in my world. That's a problem. Yeah? Now, YB, you're being classist. Listen, I'm a bum. I got no business. You understand? But I understand that. I understand, YB, you can barely look after yourself. You're posted in the basement. Imagine me having kids now. No way. Yeah? I can't even, you know what I'm saying? Can't look after myself properly, independently. What the fuck am I? Do you know what I'm saying? People don't think. It's a hustle. It's become a hustle. What's that? The government's paying me $300 per child per month. Ooh, I'll have 4 of them then. Nah, that don't work. Must be sterilised. Yeah? Especially after the first one. If you're a bum, yeah, and you have 1 child, in my opinion, you get sterilised off the rip. Yeah? Simple as that. You've got no business having any more. We don't need more burdens in society running around the place. I'm not saying rich people are perfect, but you best believe. I mean, how many? To be fair, there was a case actually. A rich kid juked up some Asian don. I think that might have been in, where was that? Was that Manchester or Liverpool? Somewhere like that. Some rich white boy juked up some Asian don. So it does happen. That has got to be said as well. So it's not purely classist, but the numbers, yeah, most upper class dons ain't on the roadside getting busy like that. Yeah, you get the anomalous individual, but for the most part, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but for the most part, from what I understand, you know what I'm saying? It's not the case. And like I said, in terms of punishment, it's too easy. Now, to be fair to these NPCs, and by the way, an NPC is an individual. You know when you play GTA, and you're the main character, and there's loads of other characters just doing what they're doing. Yeah, they're computer generated. That's what I'm talking about. A lot of humans, they ain't thinking with this. They're running around just reacting to their environment. Do you understand? They're not thinking. They're not conscious. They're just running around, reacting, living in the moment as such, and reacting to different impulses. That's what I'm talking about when I say NPCs. A lot of dons, especially the rough ones, they running around. They ain't thinking. Because I don't care what no one says. You can't be thinking. You can't be using your noddle, yeah, doing these kind of crimes, knowing you're going to spend 20 years jammed up. There's no way. I don't believe it. You ain't thinking straight. Unless I find out, YB. Because there are certain crimes, I understand that. Yeah? If you're a nonce case, I get that. Oh, well, the guys, I'm not saying, obviously, I don't believe that's the case here. But I'm saying, for example, if someone's a nonce, and you go there and get busy, and leave them with a few extra holes, yeah? I get that, everyone gets that. Or if he did something to you, unprovoked, I get that. Wait there a minute, you just did something to my mum or my family member, now it's time for some retribution. I get that. But outside of them examples, but YB, he took my girl. Listen, if he took your girl was loose anyway. Oops. Do you know what I'm saying? But and that's the worst thing about this hood culture, yeah. The hood culture is kind of like, oh man, you know, I'm from the hood and I'm a real hoodnik, yeah. But then the man takes your girl and you know what I'm saying? Like the whole hood culture, yeah, is supposed to be about being alpha, yeah, about being a rare nick. Oh, you know, I'm a high value nick and I'm $1 million nick. You know what I'm saying? All that kind of talk. And yet you get your girl took and you're trying to, you know what I'm saying? You're trying to go on some next hype over some female. Like I said, if your female's moved on, she was loose anyway. Why do you want some loose female for? But it's because your ego's hurt. It's because your NPC ego is hurt. You ain't thinking. Why would you want some loose... It's good. That's good news, in my opinion. It's good if you find out your chick's loose with the next man. Because then you know, damn, I've dodged a bullet there. 100%. 9 times out of 10, it's over some sort of female. Even though they give it the big one, I got 10 bitches and I got loads of... If you had that... Wait a minute. If you got 10 bitches, why are you trying to air next man out? Rather than go and... That's the thing. A lot of these men gassing anyway. They ain't got 10 bitches. That's the problem, you see. They got 1 bitch. That's the bottom line. They got 1, and they're down bad when she gone to next man. But I don't know the circumstances. But more time, women, money, obviously narcotics, money, and women. That's normally what it is. I'm trying to think, what else could it be? Yeah, that's 9 times out of 10. That's what it is. And really, none of them are positive things. Because really, even the money is always going to be connected to the narcotics anyway. So even if you're in that game, I shot him because of some sort of transaction going wrong? Why are you in the community trying to push that crap anyway to everyone? Do you know what I'm saying? So in a way, I mean, again, I don't know what Perm was doing, but the way these mans glorify all the behaviour, yeah. Part of me thinks, I'm not saying it, I don't know the reason, but part of me thinks that, well, you know what, let me not say that. Let's just move on to what the article's mentioning here. Armed police and ambulance crews discovered the two men injured, and both were pronounced got at the scene. Residents have claimed that 12 shots were fired between a car and moped, with roads in the residential area remaining closed and a crime scene cordoned in place. So far, police have made no arrests. Dillian Whyte's brother Dean, who works as a boxing consultant, posted a photo of Perm on his Instagram with a message: "Rest in peace, my boy. Daddy loves you. Life has changed forever." Yep, that's more waffle. VE Media said that Perm was a pioneer in UK drill. He's released 12 singles and EPs on Spotify and is an verified artist on the streaming platform. His most popular song, "What's All the Talk About?", has 60,000 listens. I mean, in a statement last night, Scotland Yard said police were called about 7:50 p.m. on Sunday, the 30th of October, to reports of gunshots heard on Railton Road, Brixton. Officers, including firearms officers, are in attendance along with the London Ambulance Service and London's Air Ambulance. 2 men were found injured at the location, despite the efforts of emergency services. They were both pronounced got at the scene. The nature of their injuries has not yet been confirmed at this time. Their next of kin are yet to be informed, and we await formal identification. So we can see it's a madness. Like, it looks like a crash as well. So they said earlier it was a car chase. The front car, so the car that Perm was in, then crashes. At which point Perm gets out, and that's when the ops in the second car jump out, and the rest is history. Honestly, it sounds like a movie, doesn't it? Oh, it's a car chase. The car crashes. It's got the prop in it. Sounds like Need for Speed. And even Need for Speed, I'm not even sure Need for Speed has any guns in it in that sense. So, car crash, and it honestly sounds like a Hollywood script. And I'm surprised because it's quite rare that things go down like this. This sounds deep in that sense. Because let's think about it here. Yeah, again, like I explained, we know ruffian dons can be on the roadside, an argument takes place, and you get busy. Yeah, that everyone understands how that can go down. But to chase someone in a car, and then, that sounds to me like someone's proper on it. Because it begs the question, how did they even get into the cars? Could it be a road rage incident? Isn't it? Do you get what I'm saying? Because, for example, let's say you're beefing face to face. Well, if you're beefing face to face, then the guy would have just shot you there and then on the road, wouldn't he? So how did they end up in a car chase, essentially? Because a car chase don't normally just happen, does it? Normally, a car chase would happen from some sort of road rage incident. Otherwise, it don't really make sense. Unless you're at the supermarket, you see one of your ops, you think, shit, I better get out of here. You run to the car, jump in the car, and the ops start chasing. But again, it sounds like a movie. Normally, people ain't that thirsty people ain't normally this thirsty for beef. And I can't believe, well, I'm sure it probably has happened, but I don't think this was a road rage one. The commitment from the people following, and the way clearly for Perm to have crashed the car, They were driving, they was running for their life, essentially, it seems like. So yeah, I can't wait to hear, and I'm not into this whole no snitching crap either. I ain't trying to hear about no snitching. Yeah, because guess what? When the feds pull up, and you man get pressed, you start snitching. And that's what I don't rate. Another thing I don't rate, yeah? When the feds come for this Don here, yeah? Don't let me see you. Please do not. The Don, yeah? The Don who got perm. Sorry, the Don who get perm got, yeah? Don't let me see you arrested by the feds either. Do not let me see the video of you being strung off. Because I've always wondered this, yeah? Every single time when these hood dudes get arrested, these hood dudes got no problem spinning the block up, yeah, spinning up their own areas, spinning up innocent, what do they call them? Innocent bystanders, spinning up schools, and you know what I'm saying? You man spin all the different things up, yeah? But then, when the feds come, and let's not forget people, yeah, the feds, they're trained to get busy, do you understand? Their man come with, you know what I'm saying? Their man come ready. Yeah? But yet, when they turn up, you in your boxer shorts. Oh, man, you know, it's police, I'm being, oh, man, you know, it's the police, it's brutality. I'm trying to hear that one. Get busy. Yeah? Like I said, when the feds pull up to your nan's house and they come drag you out your they come drag you out the basement in your boxer shorts. Oh man, you know, it's brutality. It's police brutality. Yeah? All of a sudden you get your camera out. Oh, yeah? Trying to be some what do they call it? What's them ones there with a video camera these days? Audit. Oh, I'm doing all of a sudden, no joke. All these man, the same man, yeah, who was making the community unsafe. The same man spinning the block up. All of a sudden they turn into police auditors with their phone out. Oh man, it's brutality. Yeah? All of a sudden they start politicking. What, politic? Get busy. Yeah? Get busy, big man. The feds are there with their vests on and their big hats on and their big sticks out and whatever else. Get busy, big man. I'd rate that. Honestly, I'd respect a man. This individual, yeah, who just caught perm slipping, yeah, I'd respect him if when the feds come, he ready. I rate that. You think, well, you know, end of the day, man, he was a bad man. That's what I call a bad man. A bad man is an individual, yeah, who ain't trying to hear, like, for example, when I think of a bad man, yeah, I think of someone back in the 1500s. Yeah, Billy the Kid kind of Don. Yeah, them ones there, them cowboy dons. They weren't trying to play like that. Yeah, they weren't trying to play with the law. Yeah, they got busy doing what they was doing, and when the law came, yeah, they got busy some more. Yeah, I rate that one. Because they're truly bad. But a lot of these dusty hood dudes, they're bad around certain areas, but the minute the police come, they turn soft. You understand? Every single time. I've always wondered that. How is it all you gangsters end up in jail? I don't get that one. Explain to me. Yeah? We see all the music videos, you got the guns out and this out and that out. I think, how did that Don there end up in the jail? Yeah? That is a complete impossibility / contradiction. There should be no hood dudes in jail. Yeah? Because when the law comes to get you, you're supposed to, you know what I'm saying? You're supposed to get to the gotting. That's what's supposed to happen. But instead, your nose is sniffing, yeah, crying at the courtroom, yeah? Feeling sounding, you know what I mean? Sorry sounding asses. Oh, man, it's a judge, you know. It's institutional. And oh, man, you know, the system got me, Uncle Sam. What? The system? Yeah, you won't talk, that's the thing. These men don't talk about the system. When they're tearing the streets up and being menaces on the streets, they ain't trying to talk about the system. They ain't trying to talk about institutional racism. They ain't trying to hear that one. Yeah? They're trying to make their songs. They're trying to cause their havoc, and that's it. The minute the feds come, it's all different. Oh, man. Oh, mama. Oh, mama. The white man got me. Oh, mama. That's what you hear every single time. Oh, man, it's the man, you know, the man keeping me down. And, oh, yeah, every single time, 100%. Because really, how many times do you hear about any of these hood dudes getting busy when the feds... How many times? You don't hear about it, do you? How many times do you hear about some sort of confrontation going on? I mean, look at the guy who shot... Look at the man who shot Nipsey Hussle, yeah? The man had all the smoke for Nipsey. For whatever reason. I'm not here to judge what your beef's about. But anyway, listen, again, I don't mind. I rate people, yeah? If you get busy with Nipsey, that's fine with me. My issue is, whatever Nipsey did to you, it weren't as bad as taking you away from your family for the next 80 years of your life. Yeah? You know the feds is turning up to end your life, essentially. You're going to jail for the rest of your days. I don't care what Nipsey did. Nothing's worse than spending the rest of your life in some stinky cell. With some stinky cellmate. Yeah? That's the absolute bottom of existence. So please, riddle me this. Yeah? Nipsey does some lesser violation as such. And guess what? My man, Nipsey's assailant, filled Nip with a whole bunch of holes and then kicked him on the floor for good measure. But yet, when the feds turned up to arrest him, oh man, you know, I'm at a mental health hospital. Oh man, you know, I'm a victim. And yeah, there wasn't no gun, no strap, no beef, no kicking. And he in the jail now, all dusty looking. No man, I don't rate these dusty hood dudes. You man ain't really about it like that. You think you're about it. Yeah, you man are opportunist. You man really are predators. That's the truth about it. A predator is an individual who preys. You man prey on the community. You look for little weak spots and you pounce on them. But when someone is willing to meet you with equal force, your back end falls out. Yeah, every single time. For example, give me one example, yeah, of any of these big drug dealers or any of these big gangsters. Name me one example in the UK where any of them have got busy with the feds. Name one. For all the gangsters out there, yeah, for all the super bad men out there, how many times have any of them, when the police turned up to end their freedom, where was all this violence? Where was all the gangster then? That's a true gangster. A true gangster is someone who ain't going to jail. Yeah? Simple as that. And that's what Pablo Escobar said. Escobar said he'd rather a graveyard in Colombia than a jail cell in America. I salute that one, because end of the day, that's how he went out. He went out in a hail of smoke. That's what you're supposed to do. Yeah? That's what you're supposed to do as a gangster. Meanwhile, El Chapo, he down bad. He posted up right now. Yeah, he in jail somewhere, rotting. He in ADX Supermax right now. 80 foot underground. Down bad. He weren't really... end of the day, man, El Chapo weren't really about it like that. He just weren't. That's bottom line. Yeah? He trying to be all in the video, 100%. That's El Chapo. But I'm just saying, these dons here are even worse. Yeah? These dusty hood dudes. There's nothing worse than a dusty hood dude. And there's only one way to get... like I told you before, we need to sterilise. In my opinion, once you're dusty, you got no business having children either. Dusties create more dusties. Bottom line. Yeah? That's the end of it. If you're dustied on, and you've got... I mean... what do we do with dogs, yeah? Dogs who show bad traits, we don't let them breed, do we? Yeah? We make sure that trait ends there. But yet, in the human society, in fact, like, it's crazy, it works the other way. In human society, we go the other way. In as much as the most irrational, most dusty people end up having 6 kids. And the ones who are using their head realise, you know what, financially or whatever, for whatever reason, I can't afford or otherwise can't mentally handle having kids, so I'm not going to have them. The people who are actually smart don't produce, so you end up with 70% of the crop dusty. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it ends up working out. Yeah? And obviously, I'm not saying not everyone in the hood's dusty, but these particular individuals, it's a wrap for them, in my world. Yeah? They must hang, they must swing. Yeah, the hangman must get his, bottom line. The hangman must get his. That's the end of it. Because it's too easy these days. Like, especially in the UK. In the UK, you can do one of these things, yeah, and you're out in 10. And they're all celebrating and everyone's wearing each other on a t-shirt. Oh man, free him. Free Pookie. Free Pookie. No, Pookie is where he needs to be. Yeah? Pookie lucky he living in 2022. And not 1822, because your ass be swinging. That's what your ass be doing, 100%. Pookie be swinging, if I had my way, 100%. The world's got so many things going on, we ain't got no time for dusty dudes creating havoc. Chief Superintendent Colin Wingrove said, "I am shocked and saddened by this incident. Our thoughts are with the families and friends close to the two young men." I mean, the crazy thing is as well, like I said, I mean, I don't know what Perm did. Whatever he did likely wasn't as bad as getting aired out on the roadside. But still, the Deliveroo guy, he definitely didn't do nothing. My man's trying to put some work in, get some coins to his family, or for whatever reason, and he did. Nah, man, it's not right. It's not right, in my opinion. And I'm not someone who necessarily believes I don't believe in the death penalty at large. I believe death penalty should only be used in absolute shut and dry cases. If there's any little bit of doubt, it can't be a death penalty case in my opinion. But when it's like 10 for 10, yeah, you swing. I'm not trying to hear about all these appeals and, oh well, he's been on appeal for 20 years. I ain't trying to hear about appeal for 20 years. You're going to swing. Simple as that. Super quick. Yeah? Because as quick as you tore the streets up is as quick as you'll be swinging. If I had my way, 100%. We ain't got time for all this process. No due process. Yeah? The same way you caught my man slipping on the roadside, your man the R.I.P gonna have you swinging on the whatever that is, 100%. You're gonna be swinging, 100%. There's no doubt about it. You must swing. That's what you must do. Anyway, sad time. My thoughts are with Dean Whyte and Dillian Whyte, and let this be a message to anyone out there who's got children. To be fair, I understand. Like I said earlier, children are going to do what they're going to do. 18, especially 18, 19, 20. Most 18, 19, 20-year-olds, by nature, are NPCs. They ain't really thinking. When I was 19 and 20, I wasn't really thinking like that. Takes time to mature. But still, what we know is these roads are not even a bit safe. The more you can do to guide, and I don't mean, obviously you can't lock your children in the basement, but I mean, what's there for? What else can you do? Keep away from these kind of activities. Bottom line. If your son wants to go into music, let it be music. Because I'm pretty sure you can be a drill artist and not get involved in the beef or whatever else. And the problem is, you see, today, with the social media era, a key way to blow up, a key way to get popping is to cause beef. Yeah? That's how you get your name buzzing, is by beefing. But the problem is, people these days, they ain't looking to squabble. It's not like it was in the 50s, where people can have a dispute and you have a squabble and you shake hands. These goofies, these dusties are playing for keeps. And they will get you got and then be crying and nose sniffling in the courtroom. They will do that. So, yeah, man, I'm feeling bad right now for Dean Whyte and Dillian Whyte. A mad situation. Yeah, truly mad. Prayers. I don't pray, but still, if I did pray, my prayers would be with them. 100%.